So, a good place to start learning the Greek language is, of course, the alphabet. The alphabet is important in order to read and to write, and perhaps also to understand nuances of the language that would otherwise be lost. The Greek alphabet is unique. It has been used since the ancient times, around the early 8th century or late 9th century, approximately, is estimated, before Christ. And it was a development of the Phoenician alphabet. So it is a unique alphabet, but the good thing is that it has quite many similarities with the Latin alphabet. So if you're using the Latin alphabet, it wouldn't be so difficult for you to learn the Greek alphabet. So, salata. Salata is a good word to start learning the alphabet because it's quite similar to salad. And there we can see how the sounds correspond to each other. So you have the Greek S, sigma, capital, alpha, A, lambda, L, alpha with a stress, and that's about where our perfect correspondence of letters ends, because then the English word ends with a D, while the Greek one continues to T and an A, which is again not that far from each other, right? The stress is important. Greek words are stressed. There used to be more stresses, so I think you're quite lucky for learning Greek at this time and not 50 years ago. So here we're going to see also the capital and the small letters next to each other. It would be good for you to try to write them down. It will help you remember them, and you will also practice. There are particularities, practice writing. The T is almost the same, A is almost the same, the L and the sigma, the lambda and the sigma are a bit different. So the word salad gives us a great opportunity to learn one more letter. So now we have four, but we can also add the letter iota, which is another E, and exists in a word that is very similar to salad, and it is the word alati, which means salt. And you can also see that there is an equivalence, right? Also in the English language between salad and salt. And in the same manner, we have salata and alati. The interesting thing about it is that salata comes from the Venetian word salata, which meant a salad, which in turn derives from the Latin salata, which meant salted. And here is the beauty of language in general, we have salata and salad and salt and alati, and they are all connected to each other, and they are all connected phonetically as well as semantically and etymologically. So here once more, here we have also I present also a simpler way to write sigma, because I have the tendency to have more like of a calligraphic writing, although I do try to simplify it a bit. And here notice with the iota that it doesn't have the little dot on top as the English, the Latin I has. So here is the whole alphabet. And with just by introducing salad, we managed to learn 5 letters. And I think we will learn a lot more while we look at the ingredients and try to actually make one, right? That's the idea behind our immersive lessons. So today we learned alpha, lambda, taf, iota, και and sigma. Congratulations. See you soon.